All right, now James Wellwood Whitey Basson is the Managing Director and Chief Executive of Shoprite Holdings Limited, the largest food retailer in Africa with a turnover of 102 billion and operating in 15 countries. We could call him in for many, many reasons, but today he joins us from our Seapoint studio because he was nominated for the Ice Bucket Challenge. And in return, he offered school kids in Cape Town who want to be entrepreneurs and boerewors to start their journey on this path. Whitey Basson, welcome to Morning Live. It's so lovely to have you.
Nice talking to you, Leanne.
So you didn't do the pouring ice water over your head and filming it, and you didn't go that route, did you?
No, I did. That's part of the route that you have to go through to start challenging. So it was very cold, and it was at Sun City when we had the boerewors final.
Yeah? And so okay, well, actually, I think we've got the video. There you go. That's you being ice bucket challenged. So you accepted the challenge, but there's more to it. Tell us a little bit more about what you're actually undertaking.
Well, you know, we thought it was, the challenge is fine, but everybody had been challenging money. So I was challenged by the CEO of Truworths, who donated 100,000 rand. So we thought we'll donate 100,000 rands worth of boerewors to schools, but on the condition that we'd like to see how they perform with this boerewors and can they actually make a double by selling boerewors rolls or sandwiches or whatever they wish to do. So 5 schools were each given 20,000 rands money, and they can buy from the shops and then see how much money they can make for their school. And we just thought it's a great idea because so often we get flooded by requests for just donations without really substance in a lot of cases, and where children can actually learn that the donations they can take can actually be put forward and really double them up and not be so dependent on just people's charity. That makes us feel good and makes us feel that we can contribute something to the South African economy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, what else are you going to teach these budding entrepreneurs?
I don't know if I can teach them anymore.
I think you can teach them a thing or two.
Teach them. No, not really. But I think there's so many out there, lovely kids that like to just get the flame up them and really start doing it themselves. So if I can only just light the flame, that will be good enough for me. I think they're quite capable of even exceeding their peers in what they can think up and what they can do.
And I mean, I think it's a challenge for other CEOs out there, I imagine, to do pretty much so the same thing. Is that what you're trying to do as well?
Well, we've challenged 20 schools to do the same with the ice bucket, with the school principals, and really take their challenges and their assistance to schools of that are poorer schools. So we'd like to get the richer schools to help the poorer schools by getting some intervention that their challenge can sort out the inequalities and maybe make sure that they have this camaraderie in schools, which can be achieved by like a very nice event like that. So hopefully that will go on well. Yeah. We have sent out the notices to all the guys, and they can really start doing an ice bucket on their principals and an ice bucket on their fellow schoolmates and other schools, and see how much money they can make.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the fact that you're keeping it nice and local, a boerewors challenge. How much money can you make selling boerewors? And that is, I mean, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I know you can make a lot of money with boerewors, so it's a very popular item in the South African consumer's mind.
That you don't have to tell me. I think this is our staple diet. It's amazing. Listen, I want to talk to you about something else, away from the ALS challenge and the good that's being done. We've got the midterm budget that's happening today. It's our very first one that we're seeing our new finance minister delivering. Any hopes from business's side? Do you have any expectations?
Well, he's got a very difficult job if you just look at the world economics and then more specific into our own situation. But I think business South Africa regards him as a very talented and capable man. So I think he would pull something out of the hat that, with the necessary support, can help the country a lot. So I'm quite optimistic that he's one of those guys that will make a difference.
Well, certainly. I mean, one of the big issues, and this affects you quite, quite closely, is, I mean, you as a company operate in 15 different African countries, particularly, I mean, one that jumps to mind is the DRC. I don't imagine it's simple doing work there, but it can be profitable for local companies. And that, I think, is one thing that's being emphasized that local companies need to do, is to move further into Africa. What's it been like for you?
Well, I think the problem with local or South African companies, not so much international companies which are used to trade beyond their borders, but South African companies, and also strangely a few of the multinationals, they think that the world is waiting for them out there, and that their brands can cross borders without them doing anything about it. Now, that is completely untrue. And then the red tape still to do a container of goods to exports to a country like Angola would take something like 1,900 pieces of paper. So there's a lot of work that we can do and assist these companies, which tires them out. So we're on a mission to get that at least sorted out to a better state. But yes, the South African companies need to actually settle in those countries, make sure that they have an office there, can deal with the daily problems, and forget about the fact that they have a superior attitude about South Africa. South Africa is an ordinary country, and we're outgrown by our neighbors now, with some of them pitching GDP growths of up to 9 and 10%. So yes, it's difficult out there, and we must be careful that we don't lose the advantage that we are currently in with a country that has a good manufacturing base.
All right. Thank you for talking to us. Well done with your bucket challenge, and I wish you all the best going forward with it, and hope many people do follow suit. Whitey Basson, who's joining us from our Cape Town studio, the CEO of Shoprite Holdings. All right, you can view that bucket challenge on YouTube. It is there, so you'll be able to watch it.